Video INFORMATIONEPISOD 5AIRDAT 14 October 2015 Health Primary Teacher Steak and Spinach Can Other Teachers Bread Boy and Fridge Previous episode in single quote T-Hug me I'm scared for NEXT episode in single quote T-Hug me I'm scared 6DVLOPMENT Staff Writer Becky Sloan, Joe Pelling, Baker Tour Director Becky Sloan, Joe Pelling. Somebody is hungry. A fun episode about food and eating things that make you healthy. Don single quote T-Hug me I'm scared website and single quote T-Hug me I'm scared 5, also referred to by its episode name Healthy or Mainly Food, is the 5th episode of the Don't Hug Me I'm Scared series. In it, Duck and Yellow Guy learn about food from the Healthy Band, while Red Guy is missing. The episode was released on the 14th of October 2015. The episode opens with a drawing on the fridge, depicting Red Guy, Yellow Guy and Duck sitting at a table smiling with a calendar showing June 19th on the wall. The Get Creative letters from the first episode can also be seen on the fridge. We see Duck Guy and Yellow Guy sitting in a kitchen containing many items labeled with Roy's name. Red Guy is strangely missing. The two inspect their surrounding, and Yellow Guy comments that something is different. Duck Guy agrees that something is missing and looks at the painting again. The painting seems normal at first, but upon taking a second look, it changes. Yellow Guy is still sitting and smiling, but Red Guy is standing outside the window, and Duck Guy appears dead. The scene then cuts to a photograph of the three on the wall. Suddenly, Yellow Guy points to a talking loaf of bread, asking if he is what is missing. A can of spinach then emerges from a cabinet, and starts asking them if they are hungry. Yellow Guy replies with a simple no, making the spinach can sing toot repeatedly while thinking of something else to say. It tells the two lots of people get hungry, before a giant steak appears. The steak tells them hungry comes from their body and their body needs to be healthy, poking Duck Guy with a fork, who tells him to get off of him. The spinach can and steak tell them that certain foods will make their teeth turn gray. The steak does a tap dance routine and tells them to get healthy now. He is interrupted by the phone ringing, and Duck Guy goes to answer it. He finds himself in a dark hospital room, with a song continuously repeating on the television, while Steak is heard saying you need to know what's right from wrong. The Steak explains how a body is like a house, with all the different components in different rooms. Food comes through the chimney, the mouth, and greets the different organs in the house. The healthy foods are nice to the organs and are invited to stay for a party, but the unhealthy foods are rude and have to leave. The phone rings again, and Duck Guy answers it. He then finds himself back in the kitchen, with the phone replaced by a sandwich. The spinach can and the steak repeat themselves, saying certain foods make their gums turn gray. Duck Guy says something is wrong, but the spinach can interrupts, asking how to know which foods are healthy. The steak says that food groups can be sorted easily by a health shape, a strange, uneven chart, seemingly a parody of the food pyramid, with different foods arbitrarily labeled and grouped together. He then says eating plain-looking foods keeps the body healthy, and demonstrates by pouring cream down a body model. Duck Guy says he needs to go, but is interrupted by the spinach can asking what a fruit salad is. The steak says the fruit salad is a fancy, show-offy food and that it will clog up the body with unnecessary details, and pushes the body model off the table, breaking it, and stomps on it. The scene cuts back to the kitchen. Duck is grabbed by a fridge that says everything tastes great, but they should wait before they eat certain foods. Meanwhile, Red Guy's head can be seen in the microwave behind him and Roy can be seen watching them from the ceiling. Duck Guy says that he has had enough, and knocks over the cameras saying I don't want to do this anymore. A Red Guy duplicate can be briefly seen after the camera is knocked over before hitting the ground. He wakes up in the dark operating room with the giant can standing next to him, who is laughing, which provides us to understand that, apparently, he is amused by what he is doing, and Duck, confused, continues to watch the TV. The spinach points at a pizza slice on a tray, and says yellow guy is better off with white sauce. The steak, however, says white sauce will make their teeth turn gray. The fridge says to just throw it away, and points to a can of duck, saying to try something else. The steak points at a pie, saying yellow guy will end up sad inside. Duck guy's organs being eaten. The scene cuts back to the operating room, where the giant starts eating duck guy's organs. The song continues on, and the fridge says that everyone has their teeth turned gray and eating yeast makes them normal. The steak, however, says too much yeast will make their teeth turn gray. The spinach offers yellow guy some onion paste, with the steak saying it wasn't onion paste and that he shouldn't eat food from a stranger's plate. The entire band then begins chanting stranger's plate repeatedly. The spaghetti briefly morphs into red guy's face, red smoke comes out of the microwave, and the giant continues eating duck guy's organs while red mist, presumably blood, comes out of duck guy's intestines. The can leaves to be replaced by another one. The can in the microwave spins around, revealing that it expires on June 19th. Yellow guy looks deep into his spaghetti while the chant in the background becomes screaming, and sees duck guy's screaming head appearing to show him dead, with X's over his eyes. The camera zooms out, showing a steak inside the microwave. A giant can is now holding a pie made of duck guy. A ding from the microwave is heard and confetti falls. Yellow guy is shown obese, having eaten duck guy, evidenced by many empty cans featuring duck guy's face. The phone rings, and yellow guy turns to look at it. The scene cuts to red guy walking out of a phone booth holding a suitcase as the credits roll. It's certain that yellow guy has eaten duck at the end of the episode, judging by the many open cans, the organs in front of him, duck's feathers in his mouth, and that he has grown obese, but it is not known how the duck's cans can already appear throughout the episode while duck is still alive. A possible theory is that the healthy band already knew that they would murder duck, judging by the picture on the fridge, and placed empty cans throughout the episode waiting to be filled. However, the can with red smoke coming out of it, in the microwave, while duck's organs are still being harvested undermines this theory. There are certain running gags featured in this episode, everybody looking at the telephone when it rings. Steak in particular looks worried at it. Spinach saying that a snack is tasty, yet it is something we shouldn't have. The healthy band saying that certain foods will make teeth go gray. The healthy band being contradictory over their statements. This was the first episode post-Kickstarter to not be released on the 31st of the month. This was the first episode to not have red guy talk at all. This was the first episode to be released without a confirmed release date. This is the only episode to feature running gags. The healthy band provides misinformation on food and contradicts themselves throughout the episode, such as steak stating that white sauce is one of the healthy foods, but later claiming that it will make your teeth go gray. Roy can be seen watching from the top corner of the set after Duck Guy knocks the camera over. Red Guy can be seen twice in the moments before and after Duck Guy knocks the camera over. His head is seen in the microwave beforehand. His body is seen standing behind the set before the camera cuts to a black screen. Red Guy also appears in the red spaghetti. During the credits of the episode, Red Guy can be seen coming out of a phone booth, which potentially means that he was trying to call his friends from outside the house, and was the duck was supposed to hear on the other side of the phone. Considering that Red Guy's head exploded in the previous episode and only glitter came out of it instead of gore, the changed drawing depicting him as standing outside of the window with a tear on his face and him walking away in the credits could mean that he did not die in the previous episode but has merely left. It could be that his head exploding should be taken symbolically. When Duck is having his organs removed, they appear to have gold glitter mixed in with them. This could be a reference to the first episode of the web series, where Red Guy rolls a human heart in gold glitter. When Duck looks at the drawing in the fridge, it shows Yellow Guy, Red Guy and himself sitting on a table. As he analyzes the drawing, it becomes altered so that Red Guy is standing outside the house, behind the window while Duck Guy contains X's in his eyes, which foreshadows his death. Objects from other episodes, the numbers. Chartry appears again just as a radio in red and blue hat. Some of the Get Creative letters appear again, this time also on a fridge. The TV in the hospital room Duck is watching is the same as the one in episode 2 minus the antennas. The duck in the bathtub from episode 2 reappears. The last hard-boiled egg from episode 3 can be seen in the middle of the room, next to the stove, or in the right corner next to the box of oats. It seems to disappear in camera focal points that focusing on Duck and is moved to the corner when Bread Boy appears. A box of oat and the picture of Colin the computer from episode 4 can be seen in the kitchen. The note on the fridge with Roy's name and the numbers 01719067482 also appeared in episode 4. The bin from the 074947957009 video is the same as the one in the kitchen. Although it cannot be seen clearly, a fly is in Ratty's water bowl. 1. The red chair at the table could be where Red Guy would have take place if he hadn't left, judging by the red color and because it's the only chair left. The products labeled with Roy are Roy's Flakes, Roy's Red, Roy's Brown, Roy's Health Juice and, possibly, Roy's Flour. The yeast and teeth scale contains teeth in the teeth bowl. A syringe can be seen laying on a table in the hospital room. At the end the microwave has a burned appearance, as if something had caught fire within it. Many objects seem to appear, move or change, such as the butter, jam and peanut butter when Bread Boy appears, the slice of pie that Spinach describes as a tasty snack, the jar of Roy's Flakes. Duck also suddenly wears a napkin and holds the knife and fork that Spinach was previously holding. During the organ house scene, Steak suddenly holds a sandwich, and Spinach's knife and fork gets replaced by a spoon that at one moment gets replaced by a balloon. After Duck picks up the phone for the second time, it transforms into a sandwich. A plate of spaghetti with meatballs appears, and the fork Steak is holding gets temporary replaces with a spoon with Duck's face on it. During the body model scene, Spinach is temporarily holding a big red spoon. And lastly, the different kinds of food appearing on the tray, namely the slice of pizza, white sauce, pie, yeast and the red spaghetti. As confirmed by Becky during both In Motion 2024 panels, the kitchen set for this episode ended up getting flooded when a toilet above their set ended up leaking into the set, ruining many parts of it as a result, with some notable examples being some of the cabinets and fridges prop. 2. Hence why his specific prop doesn't make an appearance ever again. The food chart is a parody of the food pyramid. A cigarette and the word gel appears on the food chart. In episode 6, 2 teachers appear, named Cigarette and Gel. In the House of Organs, all the organs are happy except for what might be the spleen that looks unhappy, because it is being attacked by an egg and a carrot, and the brain that looks miserable, shocked or possibly frightened. The yarn used around the brain is also blue instead of red. There are various party references in this episode. In the organ house, a slice of pizza is seen partying with the heart with confetti and a balloon. Steak even mentions the word party while a tooting sound is heard, and then it cuts to Spinach, who is holding a balloon and confetti falls down. Lastly, when the monsterkin shows Duck as a pie, confetti falls out of the air and the pie itself is probably also a party reference. Duck Guy's organs are slightly covered in gold glitter, just as Red Guy was covering the heart in gold glitter in episode 1. The duck pie at the end wears glasses that also appear on the kitchen table at the end with the fat yellow guy. When the organs in the body model get blocked by unnecessary details, the things blocking it look similar to what Yellow Guy uses to cover his handiwork in episode 1. When Steak pushes the body model over and stomps on it, it is covered in a dark liquid, green and gold glitter, and also contains broken eggshells. The fact that Duck is looking at a TV screen in the hospital room with the same view as that of the viewer, along with him knocking over the camera and the revealing of a set, proves that everything is a show. Near the start of the song, the Spinachkins lines end in a rhyme. What's that? A tasty snack. You don't want to go and eat a snack like that. Implying rhyme with fat, as in, or you'll get fat. But the Steak says that eating the wrong food will make your teeth go gray. Bread's spoon broke during silence, but when the Steak appeared, his spoon was suddenly fixed. Bread Boy suddenly disappears during Steak's tap dancing scene. The egg from the previous episode moves from the center to the side, but this could have been intentional. At the end of the episode, Steak's voice clips are doubled on some of his lines, such as when he says plain white sauce. But this is likely intentional. At the very beginning of the scene, when Steak says you shouldn't eat food from a stranger's plate, his mouth is gone and motion target references are visible for a single frame before it reappears again. During the stranger's plate sequence, Steak can be seen without a mouth and his hat falls off. Though, this may have been left in on purpose, to contribute to the uneasy atmosphere. As of June 2025, the episode has 27 million views and 509k likes. Directors Joseph Pelling, Becky Sloan, creators Becky Sloan, Joseph Pelling, writers Becky Sloan, Joseph Pelling, Baker Terry, executive producers James Stevenson, Bertone, Joseph Pelling, Thomas Tomska, Ridgewell, Becky Sloan, producer Shigo Don Kinban Lally, composers Joseph Pelling, cinematographers Max Halstead, art directors Joseph Pelling, Becky Sloan, art department Stephanie Bolda, Clarissa Collins, Will Hooper, Stephanie Oppizobeler, Will Maria Callis, Claire Lewis, Jack Nidel, Katia Achigavia, Rosie Poffum, Becky Sloan, Stephanie Angarima, and Win Sound department Joseph Pelling, additional cinematographers Thomas Bolwell, Tucker, camera assistant Thomas Bolwell, Joel Hikaroshi, Taylorgrapher Jr. Agyamana Waju, animator Charlie Lane, Joseph Pelling, stop motion animator Stephanie Hoppa, Joseph Pelling, Becky Sloan, music department Gustav Geyer Lindstrom, special thanks Lenny Lispixie, Heidlich, Christine Hooper, Robert Bryce, Milburn, Charlie Perkins, Tim Stewart, Bartier, Roy, and